Los más confiables de Estados Unidos lo pueden lograr, porque cada camioneta Chevy lleva la
What the?
confiabilidad en la sangre. Chevy mueve en América. Clientes bien calificados obtienen 0% APR en este acelerado con un valor total de
Let's go.
$9,000 más un bono adicional de $1,000 en efectivo para residentes de Texas. Visita Sales Chevrolet en Laredo, Texas.
¡Qué gran oferta! Chicken Chicken Cross Country Basket. 4 tiras de pollo ahora $7.49. Pruébalo con la picosita Chicken Texas Sauce.
Ah, ok.
Por tiempo limitado.
Las motocicletas no son invisibles, pero pueden parecerlo a los conductores que no prestan especial atención. Mira 2 veces para ver las motos. Hay una vida de por medio. Marisa Rodríguez Limón, trabajando para usted, solo en KGNS Plus.
Bueno, y me despido con la celebración de hoy lunes 11 de agosto, Día Nacional del Hijo y de la Hija. El 11 de agosto reúne padres e hijos para disfrutar de momentos de calidad. En este día disfruta de las alegrías de tu vida, haces saber a tus hijos que te alegra, que forman parte de tu vida. Y
¿Qué?
escuchas lo
What was that noise?
durante el día. Comparte historias familiares con ellos también.
Nope, let's go.
Aprende que los inspira a ellos, enséñales algo nuevo, quizás ellos pueden enseñarte algo nuevo a ti. El tiempo con nuestros hijos puede ser fugaz, no solo crecen rápido, sino que sus intereses y necesidades también cambian. No debemos, nos demos cuenta o no, nuestros hijos nos admiran, nos imitan y también, bueno, nos imitan los valores como ustedes, no solo para ser familia. Por mucho que los tiempos cambien, los niños no. Así que hagan algo especial el día de hoy con sus hijos y recuerden lo especiales y lo mucho que significan para ustedes.
A mí me hace reflexionar y acordarme de una canción de don Roberto Santuario. Reloj, no marques el reloj.
Oh, okay. No.
¿Tenido en un accidente? Llame a Contigo. Estamos aquí para ayudar. Esta tarde Noticias Telemundo fue una alerta de emergencia
There you go.
en la capital. El presidente describe unas 1000 pruebas en las mañanas que realizó el control de la policía de la ciudad para justificar la militarización usando cifras que contradicen datos oficiales. Prefiero hacerlo con duda razonable. La limitación de todo tiene de cosas y pruebas que le permitan a los agentes reales detener personas bajo lo que ellos consideran sospechas razonables de ser indocumentados como indocumentados,
Oh, dear.
hablar español y trabajar en ciertas industrias.
Whoa.
La tormenta tropical Skyward se perfila para ser la primera tormenta de la temporada en el Atlántico. Vamos a ver si llegará a Estados Unidos en donde fuertes tormentas y inundaciones repentinas ya han dejado muertos y destrucción en el medio oeste.
Uh-oh.
Muere el senador y aspirante presidencial en Zelda, tras el ataque que sufrió en un evento de campaña. Hay conmoción internacional por su deceso. La investigación del homicidio continúa. Y lo que comenzó con un viaje a Puerto Rico para ver el concierto de Bad Bunny, terminó con una trágica noche de tribunales. Un joven de Nueva York que fue impactado con una bala perdida. Conversamos con su familia. Muy buenas tardes, la saluda.
This is an emergency. This is a tragic emergency. He defended his controversial decision by painting a dystopian picture of a community overrun by marauding packs of criminals. And he cited the assault of a young administration staffer earlier this summer. Our capital city is overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. But the latest data shows homicides are down 12%, and urban robberies declined by 28%. Mayor Muriel Bowser defended D.C.'s image.
Well, this action today is unsettling and unprecedented. I can't say that given some of the rhetoric of the past, that we're totally surprised.
Federal agents from the FBI and ATF were already posted on D.C. streets, raising concerns for some.
Bye-bye.
More, a former Homeland Security official. Taking FBI
FBI agents off of organized crime cases, terrorism, and other kinds of cases to do street patrols, that's not the best use of a highly trained FBI agent.
You think this could be a distraction?
It really looks as though a lot of this is performance.
The 800 National Guard troops are expected to deploy later this week, and many have little training or experience policing U.S. streets.
The best case scenario is what happened in Los Angeles, which is these 800 people stand around for several weeks doing essentially nothing, and then eventually most of them go home.
Scott, the president mentioned he has ideas about what to do with the homeless in Washington. What are those?
Yo,
At
mama.
times, John, he referred to Washington, D.C. as a slum, and then said homeless people need to be moved away from the Capitol. Gave no detail of what that looks like or how that happens. We do know both the federal government and the D.C. government regularly clear encampments for homeless people. It's a painstaking, lengthy, and sensitive process. Hard to know, Maurice and John, what that looks like instead.
And you talked about the National Guard troops we saw in L.A. back in June. What makes this situation different?
This is one of a kind, Maurice. The Washington, D.C. district is not a state. The president can unilaterally call up the guard without permission. In Los Angeles, they use the guard to protect federal buildings. Here, they can be used throughout the District of Columbia. Just a different unicorn situation in the nation's capital.
Scott McFarland in Washington. Thank you, Scott.
Well, the new week is starting off with a new deadly shooting in America, this time in the parking lot of a Target store in Austin, Texas.
The police there
No
say
way.
3 people were killed. The suspect is in custody. Omar McFarland is in Austin.
The shooting happened behind me at this Target parking lot around 2 p.m. when officers received call of a shot fired. Well, they arrived about 4 minutes later, and that's when they found the 3 victims.
Early,
The police
early.
spotted the suspect as he hijacked the car and then
What's
drove
that?
away. During that chase, he crashed about a mile and a half down the road, ditched that car, and hijacked another vehicle. Well, police chased him to South Austin. They finally caught up with him, tased him, and arrested him. Investigators say the suspect is a 32-year-old man with a history of mental health issues. We don't know any of the victims' names, and we still don't know a motive.
Okay,
Oh,
Omar
okay.
Franca in Austin, Texas. Thank
Sucks.
The ground shook in Pittsburgh today. It was an
Pittsburgh.
earthquake. It was an explosion at a U.S. steel plant 15 miles away in Clairton, Pennsylvania.
At least one person was killed, at least 10 others were injured.
Here we go again.
Risk their lives rescuing others.
The steel plant converts
You to you.
coal to coke, and in the process creates toxic coke gas.
Ben Oliver is on the scene.
Just before 11 a.m., the first calls came in after an explosion inside what's known as the reversing room, which regulates the massive ovens at the plant. Leaving behind a gaping hole in the building, several people were trapped inside. With thick smoke billowing in the air, first responders worked to pull survivors out of the rubble. U.S. Steel Executive Vice President Scott Bucchio says one person is still missing.
We think we know the general location of that employee, but we're not 100% sure.
The plant employs more than 1,000 people. It's unclear how many were inside the room where the explosion happened. Deanna Forkey works across the street from the plant.
Our door blew open at the same time, and when I looked up and actually looked out the window to, notice, I saw a lot of black smoke. At that point, I realized, there was an explosion.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't normal.
This is not the first incident at this plant. In 2018, a Christmas Eve fire cost the company $40 million.
Yay.
In February, 2 workers were reportedly injured after a buildup of gases exploded,
Spidey makes it
causing
good.
minor injuries. Clarendon's mayor,
Realistic
Richard
theme.
says the mill is
Squadron.
the of the community.
Some people are not going to
Alrighty.
see their husband or son or somebody that's working the mill, and it's just a sad day for Clayton.
Authorities in that building haven't detected any contaminants above federal standards. In fact, they just canceled the parking lot that the residents who live within a mile of here has to live in.
Okay, Ben Oliver in Clairton, Texas. Thank you.
One of the top stories from Ireland has had its evening news roundup. CBS News has confirmed that the gunman and finance attack on the CDC headquarters in Atlanta fired more than 180 shots and dumped about 150 rounds. The police officer was killed. Press Secretary Larry King Jr. visited the CDC CNC campus today, the police are investigating the venue found dead at the scene is motivated by conspiracy theories about the COVID vaccine. Dr. Celine Young has spoken with a number of CDC workers.
Oh dear.
And news plus. Paramount, the parent company of CBS News, has reached a 7-year, $7.7 billion deal to become the TV home of ultimate fighting championship events in the U.S. Next year, all UFC fights will stream on Paramount Plus. Select events will air right here on CBS television. The all concerns over the headlines that the Queen's president will not be part of the Trump Cooking Summit in Alaska on Friday. And the chief asked President Trump about that today.
He wasn't part of it. I would say he could go, but he didn't go anywhere. There wasn't necessarily an idea of making it happen. Having to do with
Is it me or is he getting bolder? Uh-oh.
Well, John, the president and other officials now describe the upcoming face-to-face as a quote, feel-out meeting. Gage, how serious Vladimir Putin is about making it? He says he plans to consult Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and other European leaders before and after the exchange. He said he expects both sides are now going to need to swap territory before going to the war. That's a deal breaker.
Oh dear. Don't worry. I'm right here.
Unless the Russian leader agrees to a ceasefire first.
There's so much on the line here, and that's what they wish.
Don't worry, dude.
He's expressed frustration with the Russian leader several times in recent months about having had a positive conversation about winding down the war. The Russia trade war and attacks Ukraine again. So there's a risk this meeting really leads to escalation or that an in-person exchange could lead to more of the same. For the Ukrainians, the big risk is that the president bargains away their territory or makes other concessions. Multiple world leaders today reiterated they expect anything about Ukraine's future is going to be determined by Ukraine.
There you go. Now let's get we're watching the news, guys. Donald Trump looks so fucking ugly. And he's pissed. And he's getting bolder. That's why, guys. I always go like this. Fuck Donald Trump.
And the end of an era, an ear-splitting era.
David trusts Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good for me. Makes my day.
Prevagen has been the #1 selling brain supplement nationwide for over 10 years.
My scalp needs a little extra love, so I'm trying Head & Shoulders Bare. Welcome to a new scalp. With just 9 ingredients, Head & Shoulders Bare helps soothe your scalp and controls itch, dryness, and flakes. All with no sulfates, silicones, or dyes. Is this a cult? No, it's a shampoo. It's great.
From the #1 dermatologist recommended brand, Head & Shoulders.
$600 a year. If
Excuse
you're
me, sorry.
50 plus, you could save up to that much by switching to unlimited lines from big wireless to consumer cellular. So why don't you make it quicker while I take this hammer and see how we can cut your bills. Call consumer cellular.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this. Get it fixed now and pay later before interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Actually, the Saturday sale is going on now. Only the cut price for every room, starting at just $199. Plus, for a limited time, you can save up to $1,000 for a ride, or pay no interest until 2030 when you buy in store. Only at Ashley. When my doctor gave me breast treat for my COPD, I noticed changes look like they occur. Ask your doctor after it's
Weekend storms brought flooding to the Milwaukee area after a foot or more of rain.
Meteorologist Rob Marciano has more on that, huh?
Gentlemen, not rain there today, but the rivers in Milwaukee are very slow rising tonight. And we got a little bit more rain tomorrow, but not nearly as much rain as what we're looking at here. This is video of Cape Bear Island where tropical storm Aaron was dumping rain before it was even made. So we've got flash flooding here. Unfortunately, there are fatalities. There's 6 fatalities, 4 of which for children. And cleanup is underway. All right, the storm itself, obviously just off the coast of Africa. It's a weak storm right now. We're not expecting to strengthen very quickly. We've got dry air, we've got cooler water. But in the next couple of days, we do expect it to become the first hurricane of the Atlantic season, likely to become a major storm. Each one of these lines is one of our computer models to dictate where the
Okie dokie.
storm is going. Off the Atlantic, and then towards days 5, 6, and 7, hinting at beginning to recurve it out to sea.
You see what I want to
It's fairly typical. When storms develop what Aaron is, they get to the northern part of the Caribbean or the Bahamas, and they either get into the Gulf of Mexico.
Don't worry, Link. We'll get to it.
How close? Did it hit the East Coast? Right now, it's way too far out to make that call. We've got over a week to watch it, prepare, but something certainly to be worried.
Okay, Rob Marciano, trying to make you.
And now to an unusual deal between two American computer chip makers and China. In a reversal, President Trump is now allowing NVIDIA and AMD to sell their chips to the Chinese.
The deal is unusual because the U.S. government will become a stakeholder and get a share of the sales. Senior business and technology correspondent Jolie Kent has the details.
I said, if I'm going to do that, I want you to pay us as a country.
President Trump's deal with American chip makers NVIDIA and AMD to sell cheap semiconductors to China in exchange for a 15% of their revenue will generate an estimated $2.7 billion to the Treasury. How unusual is this kind of deal?
It's not unusual if you're watching this
Excuse me.
but it's unusual in national security realm.
Retired Admiral Mark Montgomery is an expert in AI, China, and cyber warfare at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy.
We had an advantage in emerging technology since the middle of World War II. And the idea that we're now willing to put some of that at risk for $2 billion in payments, it's nonsensical.
The president says the NVIDIA chip being sold to China is less powerful than the company's most advanced semiconductors, which power AI.
This is an old chip that China already has.
Is that true?
I'm worried that even if they are slightly second tier, they're giving the Chinese a significant leg up and putting our national security and our military forces at risk.
The deal is also a policy reversal by the president.
China and other countries are racing to catch up to America having to do with AI, and we're not going to let them do it.
In his first term, President Trump restricted hiring chip exports to China due to national security concerns.
When you give them to China, you give them to Russia, the North Korea, and Iran.
In a statement to CBS News, NVIDIA did not deny this deal, saying we follow rules the U.S. government sets for our participation in worldwide markets. We hope export control rules will let America compete in China and worldwide. AMD did not respond to our multiple requests for comment.
Jolie Kent, thank you.
America is next.
A program that's helping fill thousands of skilled jobs with people who need them.
Despite being on antidepressants, I was still asking why depression is induced.
My doctor said it could be because my antidepressant alone wasn't enough, so she recommended an add-on treatment. She recommended adding Rexulti.
When taken with an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to significantly reduce depression symptoms more than antidepressant alone. So elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants can increase suicidal thoughts and actions, and worsen depression in children than in adults. Call your healthcare provider right away to report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness, expanding, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
A Chewy order is on the way.
day for Rex.
Pop it.
Who Rex
Boy,
everything
doggy.
gets his jaws on. So Mom and Dad used Chewy Live Chat to learn that puppy hip could last
Up to 2 years.
and to get helpful tips on getting Rex under control, like learning enrichment toys. And maybe a crate. And definitely a snake feeder. For helpful humans with 24/7 support. For life with pets, there's Chewy.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Put them in check with Rinvoq. Rinvoq works differently and it's a
okay.
once daily pill.
When symptoms try to take us down, I got that relief. Check.
Rinvoq helps visible repair the intestinal lining. Check.
I got a lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
Rapid symptom relief. Visible repair of the intestinal lining.
And lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and tuberculosis. Serious infections blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, gout, heart attack, and stroke occur. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, HPOC, smoke, or pregnant with illness. Don't take a allergic or have an infection. Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep moving with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
We are talking.
If your cat's litter makes you do this, you need this. Pretty Litter is a no-dust thing, no-dust health monitoring solution to your cat's litter box. Scan the code on screen for your exclusive TV offer or visit prettylitter.com today.
Welcome to CBS Saturday Morning.
Start your weekend with original reporting. Bring your wonder into the world. That's a great thing.
And the good things in life.
There's always something new.
Under the sun.
And the time to say rhymes.
On one side, there are people who need a job and a second chance. On the other side, employers have thousands of jobs to fill. And now, a program is bringing them together. Like a magnet. Ian Lee has tonight's
Nadia. What, Nadia?
For the first time in Mary Lamar's life, she's driving a new car to a job she loves.
It was a bit of a rough journey.
It was. I was in prison. I did 3.5 years for something that I never saw.
So what's it like? The Cleveland native slipped into a life of crime at a young age, eventually serving time for robbery when she was 50 years old.
I chose a different lifestyle.
Oh, finally they interview a black chick.
That's in my story.
Now 56, Lamar is a first-time homeowner and supervisor at her job, where she leads a team of machinists.
Your recovery is what matters, and you have to have that support.
Support she found at Magnet,
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
an Ohio-based nonprofit that helped retool her life. Its goal is to educate and engage people on the available careers in manufacturing, in part to help fill more than 400,000 jobs in that sector.
These are good salaries. These are good careers.
Magnet offers year-round career classes for adults who are on or underemployed, and for students, summer camps, field trips, and apprenticeships, all free thanks to grants and donations.
When they see the machines, their eyes light up.
Magnet CEO Ethan Karp wants to fill factory jobs by polishing America's Rust Belt workers.
We can't just say, hey, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. We can't say that. You need a grit and determination to do that to the top. But you also need some help.
I do more than just give folks a pair of bootstraps.
If somebody doesn't have childcare, if healthcare is an issue, if transportation is, if climate, all of those things affect their ability to get a job. That's what we're trying to remove with access, and it gives people the wraparound support to overcome all of those barriers.
One of Magnet's workforce partners is Talon Products, where they stamp specialty metal parts and have added 40 jobs in the last year. Adam Snyder is the COO and Mary Lamar's boss.
What does America look like today? There's a lot more manufacturing that we would love to have here. It's going to take a little time to build the workforce.
People. Be open. Be fearless. Take a chance. Be honest. you can be successful at any stage of your life.
Ah, okay. Okie dokie.
Proof that a can-do attitude, along with a little support, can still help achieve
Yes,
the
ma'am.
American dream. For Eye on America, I'm Ian Lee in Cleveland, Ohio.
Unfortunately, though, there's a tragic footnote to this story. A short time after we met Mary Lamar, a fire destroyed her house and killed her partner of 18 years. Lamar was able to jump to safety, but was seriously hurt. Magnet and her employer, Callan, have set up a GoFundMe for her. We wish her the best. And up next, AOL and the dial-up disconnect.
This portion of the CBS Evening News is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
You hear, BB?
Limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Now be sure to go the other.
I'm Jordan, and I'm Bruce, and my books. We've been through some big changes. Divorce, family grandson, and as my next chapter began, metastatic breast cancer. Then I learned about Kisqali, a pill that stops cancer from growing and can help me recover. Since then, I drove cross country, finished a degree, and finally secured a field. Kisqali, an American inhibitor, is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali may cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low blood cell counts, and may result in serious infections by threatening lung problems and abnormal heartbeats when you fall. Your doctor should test your heart and blood before and during treatment.